Final score in the national quarterfinal, North Central defeats Springfield 27-3. We're with head coach Brad Spencer, Sean Allen, Matt Janiak, and John Sullivan. Coach Spencer, comments about the game today.
Yeah, extremely thrilled to be moving on. Our guys did a great job this week preparing for a little bit different style of football, particularly on defense. To hold them to 3 points, to rush for more yards than them, I thought, all credit to our coaches and our players for executing a really good plan, trusting it, and just sticking to it. So happy to be playing again.
Questions?
Sean, I guess we'll kind of go left right here. Sean, you know, a situation where it was a game where the running backs got beat up, both sides of the ball in this game. What's kind of your mentality when you're asked to step into a much bigger role, your largest carry share of the season? What's kind of your mentality when you see guys like Joe and Chuck, not be able to continue and more gets asked of you in a game like this?
Well, first off, I just want to say I appreciate the opportunity to be playing this game, and I'm always ready. I always stay ready. The whole group of running backs, we all practice the same. We practice the game plan the same way every day at practice. So I knew when my name was called, I was ready to go and put up with anything that was given to me. And I'm just glad we got the W and we got the job done.
Matt, massive game, 17 tackles. It's the highest anybody's had in a game this season for North Central. What do you think allowed you to have such a big impact? What's it like being the guy who knows that your job is going to probably be getting run into by Arson Stefan on almost every play?
Well, this being the first time North Central's really seen triple option for a really long time, it just came down to really trusting what our coaches were going to do for us and what position they were going to put us in to be able to win the game. And so, the number really doesn't tell the story because it's all based on love for the guys around me. And for triple option especially, we're playing, if this guy doesn't do his job, it's a touchdown. So really it's all trusting that every single one of us will do their job. And I happen to be the guy that was, the guys next to me did their job and I made the play and vice versa. It all comes down to playing for your teammates because you love them and just doing your job. That's what we preached all week, just doing your job. So that's why it turned out the way it did. But it's really just because of the guys around me fully.
John, you're another guy who's in the middle of all of that. In a game where you really don't get the opportunity to rush the passer all that much, a game that's really different. What was your focus, your guys' group, especially the defensive line? What were you guys, beyond just, holding your gaps, trying to focus in on this week and in this game against a very different sort of offense?
The D-line's job this week was fairly simple, but it was a lot of fun, and we just did our job and had fun doing it. So.
And then, Brad, how did you see your guys kind of roll with the punches of this game? A lot of injuries, unfortunately, mostly more on their side than you guys, but a lot of injuries, a lot of penalties, a lot of disruptions, especially as that second half went on. It's a game of attrition. How did you see you guys deal with kind of the ups and downs of what today was to eventually grind out what was a pretty convincing win?
Yeah, just stay the course, do your job. It all sounds cliche, but the more you just worry about what you can control, the better. You can't control what refs are calling. You can't control the weather. You can't control what the other team's running or injuries or things like that. I thought guys did a great job of stepping in when they needed to. Even Zach going out on supposedly a targeting call. Guys just stepped in and did what they had to do. And it's Cardinal football. Do your 111th, love the guy next to you, and play as hard as you can. And the calling card this week was discipline. Mental eye discipline and ball discipline. We failed a couple of times in those, but we're able to overcome it. The other units picked us up, whoever it was that failed, and just kind of kept moving. When you're facing something that's a little bit different, particularly for the defensive side of the ball, that's going to take a few drives to adjust. I thought we adjusted incredibly quick. And outside of a penalty, I think you're looking at a shutout. So proud of these guys, proud of what they did. Team win, and that's what happens when you're playing the playoffs. And if you're looking at scores around the country, really throughout the whole playoffs, there's a lot of close games. Not every game, but a lot of close games. And they've got to be 3-unit wins. It's not just going to be offense, defense, or special teams winning or losing a game. You've got to do all of it together. So I know there'll be plenty to clean up tomorrow, and we'll get to work on that. But for right now, we'll enjoy the victory over a good football team.
And the last thing I've got, you mentioned the 3 phases there. I know that last year especially, special teams wasn't always the most comfortable area. Kicking game wasn't always the most comfortable. before last week, Andre hadn't kicked a field goal for you guys. He's now 4 out of 4, and they've all been just absolute strikes that would have been good from a lot further. What kind of confidence does his leg right now and the way he's kicking the football give you guys? As kind of obviously you want to get in the end zone every drive, but when you don't, how much confidence has he been able to give this team the last couple of weeks with what he's been able to do?
You trying to jinx him or something? No, he's doing a nice job. I was actually thinking about that on the way up, just as you're looking at stats, red zone percentages, things like that. And yeah, in the past, we've been in a situation where we're going for it on a lot of fourth downs, and you're 4th and 1, 4th and 2. It's a little more comfortable than if you're further away. So, credit to Oscar for snapping, Chip for holding, and Andre kicking, and then Sean's doing a great job with PATs. Anytime you can get points, you want to take points, and so that's been great. Really proud of those guys. Proud of our coaches for recruiting them and getting them here, and they're all doing their job. And at the end of the day, from head coach to managers to backup quarterbacks, everybody's got to do their job right now, and that's really the only thing that matters. Hold your puzzle piece and do it the best of your ability.
First off, congratulations, another 7 days to move on and go win another game hopefully, but 5th straight semifinal appearance. I know, Coach, you've been a part of this program for longer than I've probably been alive, so you've seen the ups, you've seen the downs, but this is really a big pivotal point. What's kind of like the pride? What are your emotions taking on this 5th semifinal appearance?
Right now it's focusing on playing 7 more days with our guys. It's not about if it's a quarterfinal, 3rd round, or a semifinal. I think when you have time to sit back and reflect, I think anybody who's been here, whether it's John Thorne, Jeff Thorne, or myself as head coach, I feel like everybody has helped to progress the program. Look at what John did in 2002, taking over. Jeff in 2015, it took him 4 years to get to a national title. That's remarkable. And it's my turn as head coach to continue to, carry the torch, I guess, and progress the program. But this is where we want to be. This is what we work for. This is what we plan for. So just really proud of the guys for being there, and to be able to be at home is certainly a great a great thing. It was tough last year. Being on the road. We've seen road teams win in these playoffs quite a bit, so it doesn't give you any more points on the scoreboard, but to be able to let these guys experience a semifinal game at home at North Central and Naperville will be great. The one that we've had back in 2022 was electric. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great environment. It was a great place to play a football game. So that's going to be a lot of fun, but I know we're just going to focus on 7 more days and, making the most of each day. But, proud to be an alum, proud to have been here for, now 21 years. Really thankful for that.
North Central advances to the national semifinal kickoff next Saturday. Time to be determined, but it'll be here at Benedetti-Wehrli Stadium. John, Matt, Sean, Brad, congratulations. We'll see you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.